guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of my 2020 beauty favorites, best in beauty products for the entire year. So if you are new here to this series, basically what I do is I break them all down into separate categories so that you can pick and choose which videos you want to watch and which videos you maybe don't want to watch, and you can watch them all individually rather than having to sit through an entire it would end up being like 2-hour long favorites video. So in today's video, we are doing the best highlighters of 2020. And interestingly enough, I've got 5 very different formulas to show you here today. They are all different from each other, but I love them all for very different reasons. And as always, if you are interested in seeing the other videos in this series for this year, I will link the playlist on the screen and also in the description bar. So let's do it. The best highlighters of 2020. So like I said, I've got 5 completely different formulas here. First up, I have a palette, and I think that none of you will be surprised by the palette that I have. It is, of course, my very own Illuminate highlighting palette. This is a really luxurious, metallic, gorgeous, like rich metal formula. It does come with 6 different shades, and I use these for all sorts of different reasons. I use them as eyeshadows, I use them on my body, and I, of course, obviously use them to highlight my face. As far as formulation goes, these are really rich. They kind of nearly feel like a little bit wet kind of a thing when you dip your finger into them. They are incredibly pigmented, like next level, incredibly pigmented. They don't emphasize any texture on the skin. And I love that you can apply them, early in the morning and they're still there. They're still very vibrant. They're still looking perfect at the end of the day. And this shade here, Golden, it's the deepest shade in the palette. It just makes the most amazing eyeshadow ever. It's kind of like this really beautiful flattering rose gold. So there are some quick swatches of that one. Obviously, I personally, this is my very own palette that I designed with the shades that I love, with the formulation that I love. This is what flatters my skin tone. This is what lasts the longest on my skin. And I have got quite textured skin, as we know. I just love this palette and I still use it every single day. And it's really easy to use too. It's got a big mirror in there. She's definitely a favorite of 2020, much like she was a favorite of 2019. All right, next up I have a loose highlighter formula, and I fell in love with this highlighter. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it is their loose highlighter in the shade So Hollywood. So Hollywood is like this really pretty, it's like a champagne gold, but then it has like this almost like silver reflect through it. I'm gonna put this one underneath these other swatches. See kind of how you move in the light, there's nearly like a cool tone pinkiness to it. Really beautiful formula, this one. I really love it on the cheeks, I love it on the body, I love it on the eyes. I feel like it always looks beautiful no matter how you apply it, and it's not like super loose and super dusty or messy or anything. Like if I do dampen my brush, dip my brush in this and then use it to apply it, it definitely stays like really precisely to the areas where I want it, and it is just so wham, like in your face. There's so much glow in this, and because it is a loose texture, you can also mix it into moisturizer, you can mix it into your foundation, you can do pretty much whatever you want with this one because it is loose. I love the color, so beautiful on the skin, so smooth. It's an awesome highlighter. Definitely a favorite of 2020. All right, next up I have a cream highlighter from ColourPop. This is the shade Lunch Money. This is one of their super shock ones. Very interesting. It's definitely like a cream formula, but it's like a gel to powder kind of formula that sort of transforms on the skin. These are incredibly smooth, but I must say they are, quite a bit sheerer than the other highlighters that I've shown you so far. But them being sheer, isn't a reason not to fall in love with them because they just look so beautiful and gorgeous and natural on the skin. Very smoothing. They never emphasize texture. They never emphasize enlarged pores. And even though they are a cream formula, they last incredibly well all day. I don't find that the formula melts off. I don't find that it transfers off. I don't find that it fades or anything. It stays looking really beautiful on the skin. And it's just so good. It's so quick and easy. You can apply it quickly with a fingertip. You can apply it with a brush. You can apply it with a sponge. Always looks beautiful, always looks natural. Definitely one to go for if you are after a super natural effect that's just bang bang, it's done, you're good to go out the door. Really gorgeous. I love all of the ColourPop super shock formulas. They're all amazing. All right, next up I have a liquid highlighter, and I literally I used to be obsessed with this product, in my professional makeup days, when I was doing makeup literally every single other day of the week. MAC Strobe Cream is the one that I'm talking about. And then, I don't know, for whatever reason, like it disappeared into a drawer and I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't think of it. I didn't reach for it. I wasn't using it. I got reintroduced to this one this year in a video that I did a few months ago. It was actually full face of your favorites. Like I put a poll on Instagram and got like all your favorites and then did a full face using them all. I missed her. I missed her so much. So this is a liquid highlighter. It's really beautiful and lightweight on the skin. And even though it's a liquid, it does dry down and sort of set down on the skin to a gel, I guess is the best way that you could say. Like it doesn't feel tacky, like it completely dries down, doesn't feel tacky, doesn't feel sticky. So it's a totally safe liquid illuminator, even if you've got an oily skin type like me. So this here is what it looks like when it first comes out, and it can be a little bit deceiving because, you know, you look at that and you're like, well, that's just a white moisturizer, it's just a white lotion. But once you start applying it to the skin, it completely transforms. See the way that that is reflecting the light as I move? It's got like this beautiful sort of pinky gold reflect to it. Strobe Cream does come in several different shades. This one here in particular is the peach light shade. It's got like this beautiful pinky peach shift to it. I do also have the Origi-dig, like OG original color that they came out with, and I'll quickly show you this one as well. I'm pretty sure this one's called Pink Light. I'll pop that on my hand next to it. This one's like a little bit more intense. And as you move in the light, see how it's like very subtly reflecting those different colors? They're just beautiful on the skin. Like I said, they dry down to this really amazing sort of non-sticky texture. They always look natural. You can put them on underneath your foundation. You can mix them with your foundation. You can tap them on over top of your foundation. They're just such a beautiful, versatile formula. They always look gorgeous. They always look perfect and amazing and natural and just like you've been touched by the sunlight. And I'm just so glad that we're back together. We're back together. We missed each other. I'm sorry I let you down for so long, Strobe Cream. I'm sorry. But yeah, easily one of the most amazing liquid illuminators you will ever use. So versatile. And then last but not least, the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb. Oh, another completely different texture, completely different formula to all of the other ones that I've shown you in today's video. So this is the original shade How Many Carats. They have also come out with a few other shades and I also love them as well. They're incredible. But this is the most beautiful and different like highlighter ever. It doesn't actually have any color to it. So I'm going to have to try and swatch it hopefully so that you can see. So it's got like a clear sort of gel base to it, and when you apply it, it actually just leaves these tiny little glitter particles on the skin, but without actually adding any color to the skin. And even though, you know, they are little glitter particles, they're not chunky, they're not large, they're not, you know, they don't look chunky on the skin at all. They don't emphasize texture at all. It's literally like fairy dust on the skin. They're absolutely amazing. I love using these in so many different ways. So you can use them like, you know, you would normally use a highlighter. You know what? Let's apply a little bit on my cheek so I can show you. I'm just going to take a brush and dip it in here. And hopefully this shows up on camera so you can see how incredible it is. But it just adds like, see how it's adding like that soft sort of silver shimmery sparkle, but without adding texture and without adding any color. They're absolutely amazing. So you can obviously use them like that, like you would apply a traditional highlighter, or my most favorite way to use them, and I do this all the time, is I dip my finger into them, and it doesn't matter what kind of eyeshadow I've got on, but then I actually like just pat them all over the lid, and it literally looks like you've applied like a loose glitter to the lid. They're so beautiful and flattering. Like, look at that. Look at how beautiful that looks. And it's just so subtle and like perfect. And like I said, they come in different shades. There's a gold one. There's also like a pinky rose gold kind of a one. Incredible packed over. Like if you do like an all matte brown eyeshadow and then pack any of these over the top, oh, it looks amazing and it lasts all day. I also love packing these on top of a lipstick. They're an incredible highlighting product. So versatile. You can use them in so many different ways. I have been obsessed with these this year. And it's really cool to see like a very different texture, a very different formula on the market. Like it's certainly different to anything else that I've tried. And when I first opened it, I was like, oh, am I going to look like a unicorn? I don't know. But I needn't have worried because they just come out so beautifully on the skin. Normally anything with like glitter pieces, like they're like chunky glitter pieces, but it's not like glitter. It's like, I don't know, there's these tiny little pigments. Like, oh, it's just beautiful. I have been like literally I have used these so much through 2020. I love them. Definitely a favorite formula for the year. And there you go, guys. My top 5 highlighters for the year of 2020. It's interesting because normally it would have all been, you know, palettes, or it all would have been pressed powders, but I've really enjoyed different textures in highlighters this year. I've certainly experimented a lot more. And just been enjoying, you know, trialing different things out. I have loved all 5 of these. They are all oily skin safe. So if you do have oily skin like me, do not worry. None of these will melt off during the day. These formulas all last all day for me. I can apply them in the morning. They're still there at night. Do not worry. And like, let's talk about the sparkle. Yes. Oh, I love a good highlighter. So give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it today, guys. I hope that you did. I hope that, you know, maybe it gives you some ideas if you are interested in picking up a highlighter for yourself. And I would also love to know what was your favorite highlighter for 2020, your favorite product, and why you loved it, and why I should try it, because I'm sure that there are lots of things out there that you guys are obsessed with that I don't even know about. So help a girl out. I want to test your favorites too. I love you all heaps and have an amazing day. I hope that you are enjoying maybe a little bit of time off in January. It's kind of the time of year for a lot of us where, you know, we wind down a little bit and just, you know, it's like time off. So hopefully you've been able to wind down a little bit and pamper yourself a little bit. And yes, I love you all heaps, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.